Okay, I am live. Yippee. Again. Alright, so we got three of them stacked upside down, right side up, upside down. That way they're not as tall. Even though they would reach as tall as the truck is. 13.2, 13.3, something like that. They, hi Shelby. Hey, girl. Hey, day, sweet girl. Even though they wouldn't quite as tall as the truck, the idea is, oh, this thing needs to be swept out. Everywhere I go lately it's been muddy. Anyhow, the idea is that they don't catch as much wind, and therefore they trail easier. Slide y'all up in there to the phone cradle thingy, my duber. Click, 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 lock you in place. Well, I done checked in with the broker. So all I gotta do now is back out of this sloppy mud hole. Check in with the gate. They'll give me some kind of paperwork and I'm out of here. Alright. Oh, there's a big old forklift coming. Which way is he going? One of those clamp lifts that they lift the containers and stack them up on top of each other 5 high. That dude has the right of way. Place is kind of soupy today. What time I've been here, probably an hour, a little more than an hour and a half, something like that. I've lost count how many trucks have got stuck in that mud hole. What that fellow, that big clamp lift is doing, but he got the roadblock behind me. So now we wait. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's going the way I need to go. Let me tell you, I'm hungry. Hungry! Back up just, yeah, I suppose he's okay. If he just back up a little bit more, I think I can make this turn, but I think I'm gonna make it anyway. forgetting this truck don't turn there, sharp. By the time summer comes along, I'll be so used to it, I won't even think twice about it. Hang tight, y'all. I'll get myself checked out. We'll be on our way. Sure enough, I need to get off here for a second. Don't go away, be right back. Shelby. All right, we are checked out. One more thing to do. Days, girl. We have one more thing to do, don't we? Oh man, that sun is hot. Air conditioning don't work just yet. I'd sure be using it if it was working right now. Alright. Speed limit 10. Don't say no parking. Park right here, everybody's waiting for the moment. Stay here long, someone will start crying. But I ain't gonna be here long either. All right. Hungry. Nobody here yet anyway. I act a fool anyway, because you never know who might watch this later. Acting a fool is what I'm all about. Oh. Coloring book. Yeah, it's daddy coloring book, isn't it? Okay, so let's see. 800. 15 miles. That's today, yes. Okay. 952-795. coming up in over here. Anything that took 15 minutes or less, I don't have to burn up any time. I can just show a little dot that says in this case, that I actually moved the vehicle from one location to another. Or if I came on duty or jumped up, took off duty or sleeper berth for a moment. And now 3:30. Some kind of hungry. I was contemplating going down to the truck yard, parking this thing long enough to get into my truck, my van. We'll get something to eat, then get on the road. But by then it's going to be rush hour. Rush hour's already started here, but right now it's not all that bad. Bad enough, I suppose. I think I'd rather go ahead and just get on out of town. I'll get something to eat on the other side of the river. Make it all look pretty for the DOT. It's actually a law. It has to be legible. If it's not legible, then as far as they're concerned, it's not filled out at all. Which would leave some folks I know in a world of hurt. to do this where y'all can do like a talk and text thing. Have some kind of a computer system to be able to know when someone else is talking, so two people can't talk over each other. All I gotta do is listen and drive. I ain't gotta worry about, which I don't make any effort to read the screen. In the daytime, like bright sunny day like that, I can't even see it at all. But at nighttime, sometimes if it's not a very long message, sometimes people put it all in caps. Then I'll catch it, just a glimpse of it. Respond. Got one thing. From and to. Memphis, Tennessee. Kansas City, Missouri. Just like so. Done. Legal. For what? Okay. Nah, I'd never not run legal. Running with your logbook not current is against the law, and the DOT frowns upon it. Time to rock and roll. Alright, y'all, hang on, because you're about to do the driving. Let's go. Don't run over any curbs. Don't run over any four-wheelers. Unless they get in front of you and do a brake check. And if that happens, try to avoid them. Or if you can't, let the chips fall where they may. Right turn, Clyde. You know what, honestly? Six of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah, let's make it right. We'll go down to Mendenhall. We go Hickory Hill. Hickory Hill brings you out to Anaconda Parkway 385, which is Ridgeway. You're gonna think that one was never gonna turn. Get on Anaconda Parkway 385 off of Ridgeway. You got to go across all four lanes to try to get to the left. This right here is a little bumpier. Easier to get on the interstate. All doing a fine job. Took that turn like a pro. Alright. So this is what it's like if you was driving these big trucks. You're sitting right now behind the steering wheel. Same view I do. I'm sitting a little taller than you, but maybe some of y'all got short legs. A lot of drivers, a lot of truckers, they drive with the air all out of the seat, sitting on the floor. So while you're going down the road, people barely see your head over the window ledge of the door. Some idiot somewhere decided, hey man, you're like that, that's cool. Now I would have thought the idiot thought that idea up, was the dumbest person on the block. But not so, because you would not believe how many drivers subscribe to such a thought. Hope I said the S word. You would not believe how many drivers have followed along with such an idea. I don't drive with it jacked up all the way, but I drive with it jacked up most of the way. I want to see over traffic. I want to see what's going on up ahead of me a mile away. Even here, you know, I'm in town, I'm doing 40 miles an hour. I still want to see further than just a vehicle length or two. I want to see a good block or two up there. So if I need to change lanes, I can do so without getting stuck in a traffic jam sometimes. Now, not all the time, but sometimes. On the highway, you need to be looking at the interstate, you need to be looking 1 to 2 miles ahead. Most people are looking 35 feet ahead. That fella just pulled out right there. He didn't pull out in front of me. He ain't done nothing wrong. That's what caused me to start doing all this with this live stream while I'm driving. I did the exact same thing a week or two ago. I guess whatever it was I started this, just 2 days or 3 days earlier. And the guy was moving real fast. Now, mind you, we're coming up on a red light that is currently red. You know, stop signal light. Now I'm getting ready to make a left turn, so I had to get in the left lane. And he had all the time in the world to slow down, just didn't want to, and it angered him that I'd done that. Well, he was able to squeeze between me and a truck that was on the right, in the right lane, crawling, creeping up to that light. So he got between that truck on the right and me, came around me, jumped, and I'm bobtail now. And this truck right here, in fact, it was the day I got out of that white truck, got into this truck. And checked up right in front of me in a Chrysler Sebring. I did everything I could to avoid him, but had there been all kinds of gravel or sand on the road and my wheels would have slid, I'd have had nowhere to go but right up into his back end. That American Deli there on the left, that's a pretty good place to eat. I like eating there. People have this, I don't know whoever thought of it. I know what I'll do, because it takes these trucks so much effort to get started from a stop and rolling again. I'll come to the brake check right in front of them. And I've had that happen to me so many times. I've had so many other drivers tell me how people do them that way. Apparently it's a nationwide or maybe even a worldwide way of doing. I don't know. But it's road rage taken to the next level. Some of these trucks, you know, they're vans. You can't tell looking at a van if it's loaded or empty. If that guy can't stop, it might be more than just simply a fender bender. It might actually kill somebody. People don't think of that. Guy in an SUV one day, I don't remember what type SUV it was, maybe a BMW or something. It could have been a Hyundai, I don't know. It didn't look like a typical SUV to me. And I'm watching this guy's got his dash cam on the truck, similar to what I'm doing here, but his dash cam was in the exact center of the dash. And when that guy comes to stop in front of him, apparently on the interstate, it came to a complete stop. And before the driver in the big rig could say, "What the F are you doing?" he got rear-ended by another big rig. And I know this, even though the dash cam only looks forward. I know this because if it was a four-wheeler, the big would hardly budge. Took everything out of the camera's focus. Got rattled so hard that it wasn't pointing the same direction anymore. But you were still able to see the SUV. And that big rig so hard pushed him into the SUV, busted the rear glass out, busted the back end up, whatever else. Now, had I had that on dash cam, who's to say how that would have turned out? He wouldn't be able to prove that it was a brake check, even if the guy, no, I was broke down. That guy pulled up behind me and started blowing on the horn. That's all I remember. And then it's his word against the other guy. But because of that dash cam, that guy had done that. I'm sure the fella in the big rig that wound up rear-ending the one that's already stopped, I'm sure it hit that first big rig hard. And if there's an injury, the guy who established all that, because it's considered road rage, would have gone to jail. I'm not trying to get anybody put in jail, but there's stupidity that'll do that. All I'm trying to do is document what happens in front of my truck, my boss's truck, my assigned power unit. I'd have bet money the little silver one beside me was going to follow the white one. You get used to it after a while. That's not to say you're not surprised by some of that anymore. So meanwhile, I figure, why do this? I thought, I could just sit here in silence, which is what I would usually have done. Prior to doing this, I didn't drive down the road, talk to myself. That's what I'm doing now. But I'm assuming that sooner or later somebody might watch this, and then instead of listening to silence or just listening to an old truck squeaking down the road, squeaking and rattling and shimmying and shaking, I just figure I would go ahead and give some conversation. And that'll give somebody something to listen to. And a lot of good comes from this. First off, like I said, not nighttime, yeah. Nighttime's pretty much, unless somebody's willing to sit there and just go about whatever they're doing, listening to me talking. Because you don't really see much of nothing unless I'm in an area where there's street lamps. But in the daytime, like right now, as far as I'm concerned, y'all the ones doing the driving. So it gives you a little bit of entertainment value, because like I said, right now, this is the view what you'd have if you was driving one of these things down the road. If I was the one sitting where Miss Shelby is over there in the passenger seat, and you was the one behind the wheel, this is what you would see. Nobody wants to wait their turn. If I was empty and able to accelerate faster than people expected, then all the more they'd be sitting here trying to cut me off because they don't want to miss their ramp up there. The guy in the Camaro, the guy in front of the guy in the Camaro, they all want this right lane. They weren't willing to get in line behind me and wait their turn. Little Honda, same thing. Then you got 3 of them up there. No, I see this broken down car. I figured they're trying to get back over here to get to the next ramp before they run out of real estate. I see what they're doing though up there. That's what these 3 are wanting. They want this ramp. They want the one that bobtail up there getting out. Usually grind them like that. Every now and then. I suppose we all miss one. But it is this truck here, the throttle is different. I can take my foot off the throttle, but yet still touch the pedal. With the white truck, I never had no trouble. This one here got a real sensitive accelerator pedal, and I think I'm completely off the throttle with my foot just kind of grazing across the top of it. When in fact I'm actually still touching enough to give it a little bit of acceleration. That's why it'll grind like that sometimes. Driver error. About people who haul junk like this guy here, junk lumber, scrap metal, you name it. Seems like every time I come off that ramp, I always end up getting behind one of them. I mean, all the time. Nobody does a really good job securing that stuff. I'm always figuring it'll be just my luck one day. I'll be cutting along while I'm accelerating. The wind will catch that stuff just right and bring it right up in front of me. Nowhere to go, that kind of thing. Now there's a saying, the shortest distance between 2 points is in a straight line. And that's true. The old saying is that the crow flies. Good looking old Kenworth right there. Old W900B model. Love them old trucks. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Making that money, that truck's probably paid for. Probably been paid for itself 5 times over already. Really? I don't mind it so much if they just get over and keep on going, but the ones that get over, then they just fiddle butts around in front of me. Them are the ones that just get on my last nerve. Anyhow, the shortest distance, yes, is definitely in a straight line. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the quickest route. I-40 and I-50, well, we're on I-240 right now, going around the south side of Memphis, which it'll kind of touch I-55 in a moment. Keep straight, it'll become I-55. 55 north. Or if I hit the Cloverleaf ramp to my right, it'll become I-55 south. But I'm just going to hit the smooth exit ramp and it'll continue to be 240, which will take me up to I-40. Now you might ask, well, Michael, but I-40 and I-55, they intersect together, run concurrent for a little ways, right on the other side of Memphis over there in Arkansas. Yes. And you just said 240 touches I-55 here just for a minute. I-240. Yes. Well, then wouldn't it be shorter to just keep straight onto I-55? Yes. But it'd be more time consuming, and with all the trucks, a lot more stressful. And it's a rougher road, both on this side of the river as well as the bridge going up and over onto the other side. But 240 going toward downtown, right now this is technically I-240 west. The locals call the entire loop 240, but in fact the north side of the loop is I-40, not I-240. Come on over there, man. But 240 west will hit I-55 and it'll become 240 north. Come on out there, dude. Your ramp's ending like quick and in a hurry. Try to leave some space between you and the vehicle in front of you so that when traffic suddenly starts jamming up and everybody hits the brakes, you've got however much space there is in front of you to slow down to a stop safely. And every time I create a hole between me and that truck, 1 and 2 cars start jumping up in there. I'm like, man. So of course all I can do is keep hitting the brakes, keep slowing down, and all that's doing is causing everybody behind me to hit the brakes and slow down. People just can't find speed and keep moving. This dude here, he's got a cell phone. Y'all can't see that probably. He's got his right hand up to his head, talking on the phone, not paying attention to the drive. Must have been driving with his knees because he just switched hands. Y'all saw that. Absolutely crazy. Get off the phone drive, dude. I'd have gone around him on the right, but that lane's going to end. Rolling, big wheels rolling, moving on. Big wheels rolling, gotta keep them going. Big wheels rolling, moving on. These wheels aren't actually that big. That guy's trailer there, truck and trailer, he's on 22 vibes. That means his rims are 22.5-inch diameter. This truck here is on 24 fives. Now you'd think, well, them 2 inches can't make that big of a difference, but oh, yes it does. Then on top of that, he's on low pros, which means low profile tires. And I'm on what they call tall rubber. This is basically a non-low pro. After 4 in the afternoon. Look how well traffic's moving. Had I stayed on 55, it would not be moving this well. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. striped area. The car that's about to pass me just come from behind me going across all of that. Too hurry. To gain, all that to gain one position. It's like driving NASCAR, man. I swear. I think they're polling for position. There's a Wendy's over here in Marion, Arkansas, exit 10, which is where US 64 crosses underneath the interstate. I-55 north, that's where I'm 40, but we'll be taking 40 to I-55. Used to be able to park a big truck behind there, a little shopping plaza or mall, whatever it was. Now that Wendy's has moved, I don't think where they moved to there's truck parking. It's not actually called the Dolly Parton Bridge. Memphians refer to this as the new bridge because it is the newer river crossing. I-40. The I-55 bridge is called the old bridge, but in fact, it's actually 3 bridges. 4 bridges crossing the Mississippi River. Only 2 of them are highway bridges. The other 2 are railroad bridges. On the river, towboaters, specifically wheelmen, those in the pilot house, captain and that, they refer to this as the upper bridge because your river goes from the upper level to the lower level. And down over on I-55, that's the lower bridges. Because there's 3 bridges side by side by side. But to Memphis, this is the upper bridge, and over that there's the new bridge, and over yonder on I-55 is the old bridge. But now the deck crew on towboats, we refer to that as the Dolly Parton Bridge, the upper bridge, the new bridge, the I-40 bridge, however you want to refer to it as. We refer to it as the Dolly Parton Bridge. Because it looks like a woman laying on her back with her breasticles pointing up towards the sky. From afar off, that's exactly what it looks like. Green light, all right. That nice weather's coming. They got that brand new barn back there, which is like a Jiffy Lube pit for big trucks. And what they'll do, they'll pull you in there and do an inspection from the greasy side up, bumper to bumper, starting at the bottom, working their way to the top. McDonald's right around the corner here. I hate pulling up in there just to find out that the parking lot's full already, but I'm hungry. I'll take that chance. Man, that water is up high. Too many McDonald's across this country that have truck parking. See the parking lot from here. It's the only way we're gonna be able to find out. Drive over there. Man, look at this ramp. Jeez. This area here, Truck Stop Road. Pilot, Loves, Flying J, Petro, all right here at the same intersection. Dude, you're all right. Need room to make sure my trailer don't catch that other fella. Free parking at McDonald's or pay parking at the Petro. Problem is at the McDonald's, you gotta be able to get back out. White truck to make this turn with ease. This one here, I don't know. Nope. I may have just done got myself between a rock and a hard place. A little bit of skill and a whole lot of determination, and you'd be surprised what you can get yourself back out of. Just like that, my friends. All right. I am hungry. Hungry. What's her thinking, Shelby? What's her thinking? I'll go outside. Wanna go outside and pee? I take it. I take it that's a yes. Step aside. She's like, yeah, I want to go outside. All right, hang on. Here I come. All right, hang on. All right, y'all sit tight. I'll be right back. Let's take God. Oh, here I come. Your side. Here I come. Your side. Stay there.
Who's that good girl?
Huh?
Who's that good girl? Where's that good girl?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. Drag me all across the parking lot. Huh? Oh, good. Doggy. Yeah.
Good girl. Yes. Good doggy.
I never heard you bark like that. Oh, I'm happy. Ready?
One. Two.
Three. There you go. Good girl. Watch your tail. Watch your tail. That dude right there walking away in the black t-shirt, he come walking toward us, and Shelby just come unwound. I mean, just come unglued. I guess you know he can give that other driver hell. He's like, did you see what that driver did? I nope. I just backed in myself. Oh, no, shake hands, no hard feelings. All right, that's the way we like it. All right, well, you're okay. I gotta lock you in though. It'd break my heart if I come back and find you gone out of this truck. Anyhow, who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Okay, nobody yet. Well, somebody's here. That's just, you're not letting me know who you are you? Okay. Oh, it's Joy. Hi, Joy. How are you? So I'm, as always, I'm on the road. So, yep. Miss Shelby is down here getting her some water. And that fella in the black shirt, he come over by me. And she just come unglued because one time a fella did us that way in San Antonio and he had dog treats in his pocket. And he was happy to share them with her. So now whenever people approach us, she's under the impression people will give her dog treats. I can't tell how many times I've told so many people, I said, they ain't got no treats for you. So, yeah. How are you doing? I loaded 3, you've seen these container chests, container boxes, shipping containers, and a lot of times they'll have a small steel chassis that they haul them around on, instead of putting them on the back of a flatbed trailer, because then they stand too tall on a flatbed trailer. Go to unload them at a dock door and it's too high, so if you put them on those chassis, it's the same height as a regular van. And I've got 3 of those stacked up, kind of one upside down, one right side up this way, and then another one upside down on top of that, to deliver in Kansas City in the morning. Meanwhile, I have pulled over at this McDonald's across from the Petro at West Memphis, Arkansas. I am hungry. So I'm getting ready to go up in here and eat. I need to check to see if my dispatcher had sent me a text, so I need to see what that's all about. Tomorrow's load, probably. And then I'm heading to I'm not heading to the house. I'm going to get close enough to the house and the mama can come get me. Yes, ma'am. Get a shower in my own bathroom for a change. I won't have no time to spend the night, but I'll get something to eat, get a shower, get something to eat, sit and visit with our critters. We got 5 cats, and 2, well, including Shelby, 2 dogs. That's all our little children's. And of course my son Russell, he's 24. He lives up in Illinois with his mama. And her daughter Diane is 30 something, I forget. I'm saying she's like 35, 36. She lives a little way south of us in Batesville. So all the kids we got home is all our fur babies. So Missy, 2 Socks, Precious, Smokey, Sawdust, and Buddy the Wonder Dog. And of course Miss Shelby. Yeah, we had just seen each other for the weekend. I wasn't able to get home. I was stuck in Arkansas all day Friday. They waited till 5 o'clock to tell me they had no load. And but then I was 5 hours away, and I'd been up all day. So now, once I get heading up back toward the yard in Memphis, there'd been no place to pull over. So I figured I'll just stay right where I'm at. I'll get up in the middle of the night and go trucking. Turns out I slept the whole night and didn't get up until the next day. And but I went ahead on, got back. So since I couldn't get home, she drove down to meet me, and then I've got a van that I'm in the process right now. It's nothing but insulation in there, some half-inch foam insulation. But I'm in the process of converting it into a camper van. So it's got a bunk in it and stuff. So I got a place to sleep whenever, like this thing, if it has to go in the shop or just they've got no load for me. Instead of sitting there idling away the boss's diesel to keep the air conditioner, the heat going, I can go ahead and park my van up by the office, plug it into the electrical outlet up there, and he don't mind one bit, because that's obviously a lot less expensive than the diesel. So, but sometimes we won't see each other for weeks. So even though we just saw each other for the weekend, and I'm going to be 20 miles or less away from the house, so I told her I'll let her know what time to be expecting me. So, but anyhow, but I'm going to go get something to eat. Check in with dispatch real quick. I've already done checked in with the broker, but I haven't checked in with dispatch. And so I need to do that. And then I'll be back out here in a little while. Of course, it'll be dark here shortly. Y'all won't get to see much of nothing. But the main reason I do this is so that I have a record of what's going on in front of my bumper in the event that someone tries to do a little road rage with me. But meanwhile, I figure I'll try to find ways to make it entertaining. So I talk to the camera, even if it says 0 in attendance. I still talk to the camera, because you never know who might want to watch this later, see what it's all about. And then, like I tell people, this is the view that I have when I've got the camera facing forward. This is the view I have while I'm driving. So technically, it's like they're the ones that are behind the wheel, And so that's like a driving video game, except you're doing like this if you're watching on your phone, and you might be doing like this, and meanwhile I might be going straight. So, but yeah, it's not a very good video game. It's not very responsive. But yeah, I do too. The main thing with me is not so much of a preference one way or the other, is that a lot of times I'm driving and I can't tune into somebody's live stream, and especially now that I'm doing this, I'll miss a lot of live streams. And there's a lot of y'all that I really like. I love when the little your stories that you do that are, letting us into a part of your history, and you'll write it out. It's like you've taken the time to make sure you've got all the right words so that you don't stammer and stutter on camera. And I really do. I enjoy that. I really do. You are a good writer. Some of the words you use is like, ooh, good one. I'm kind of envious of you. And I used to be really good at writing. I excelled in literature and grammar and all that in school. But sometimes I forget half of what I learned. So it's like anything else. If you don't use it regularly. So. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, right now I've got a lot going on. I follow some of these people who their channel is about having a better YouTube channel. How to improve your channel, how to get more people to come and do the S word. That word that apparently we're not supposed to use anymore. But yet it's still plastered in everybody's profile in red until you click on it. Then it turns gray, but it's still there. Anyway, but how to get more people to do that, how to get more views, how to get people to comment more frequently. And I subscribe, I said the S word anyway. I follow about 3 or 4 of those types of channels. Most of what I follow are van life channels and camping channels, stuff like that, outdoorsy stuff. I don't follow I don't follow maybe about half a dozen trucker channels, if that many, and maybe 2 or 3 guitar channels. Most everything I follow is van life channels. But the guy was telling, Nick Nimmin is who I was talking about. He's saying you got to have a separate channel if you're gonna have more than one type of content. You and me both, sister. You and me both. And and it ain't stupid either, right? It starts with an S, but it ain't stupid. But the they say that if you're going to have a channel about van life, then it should be only about van life. And if you're going to have a channel about trucking, it should be only about trucking. If you're going to have a channel about guitar lessons, it should be only about... So I'm like, wait. So, and then there's this here, technically, I suppose you can still count it as the trucking stuff. I do my Mike at Midnight little thing. That's its own little world. So, basically, I need to have 4, maybe 5 different channels? Nah. Who's got time for all that? It's called One Mic to Live. These are all portions of my life, you know, and, but anyway, in the end, you know, I don't know, I can't say I'll never become popular enough to get monetized or anything, but that's not my overall goal, you know. I agree. Variety, yes. But the end result for me, wherever it goes, is I do this as an outlet to build relationships, friendships with people. I do this as a means of entertaining people, and I do this as a means, like for the guitar videos, you know, that there are people who they know a few chords but don't know how to play guitar. And I don't, believe it or not, if you've ever seen any of my guitar playing, a lot of people tell me, oh man, you're really good. Thanks, because I don't know how to play guitar. I don't. Press this note between this fret, or this string between this fret. What note is that? I don't know. Start playing a song. Hey, what key are you in? I don't know. I don't have a clue. And, but I know some chords. And I realized one day, I'm not the only one. There's no way, even with a lot of the things I've been through in my life, I don't think there's a single thing in my life that I can say, this has never happened to anybody else. I'm the only one going through this. And no, I can't even do that. Just playing by ear. I've got a buddy who can. He'll hear a song he's never heard before in his life, hear it on the radio one time, sit down, pick up his guitar, and start playing it. It's amazing. I can't do that. And but I know some chords. And I know that if you take this chord, this chord, this chord, and this chord, it makes Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here. If you do this one, this one, this one, this one, it's George Jones, A Picture of Me Without You. You know, hang on one second here. That would be my dispatcher letting me know what my next load is. So if I catch it while it's still on the screen, I can respond to her. If I don't, I have to shut this down to read the message, then respond to her. So, but anyhow, the main thing for me is I'm about all of these things. Who could say that when they watch television that the only thing they watch is Perry Mason, or the only thing they watch is NCIS, or the only thing they watch is the Game Show Network? No, we decide, you know what, I'm in the mood for this today, or we set appointments. You know, like people put their live streams on pretty much the same time every week, and so we set appointments to catch those live streams. But we have all these different tastes, and what we're in the mood for one day to the next dictates what we're going to watch. Yet the pros who at YouTube, who have determined the algorithm knows more than anybody else, because of the algorithm, I'm supposed to have 4 separate channels. I ain't got time for that. I barely have time for what I'm doing now, you know. So but anyhow, now here's one thing. I don't know, have you heard anything about this? I think it was Witchy, Witch on Wheels. I think she was the one that's saying that they've got some rule that if you have too many live streams, that then they'll somehow have things to say to you about that. YouTube will put you in check because you have too many live streams. So, and I do have other videos, both guitar videos, van life videos, and truck videos. You don't have a banner. Wow. I've been to your channel. I've not noticed that. I think the way, because I'm the kind of person, I accept people for what they are. I might not always agree with what they are, but I mean, it's their life. I accept them what they are. And so I probably would go there and just accept your channel the way I see it and not think that there's something about it out of place. I would just accept it that this is the way it is. That must be the way you want it. But yeah, I just, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, I think a lot of times people forget about the fact that they started this. I don't think anybody came to YouTube and says, oh man, I'm going to start making videos and make money. They started doing it for fun. You know, I'm one of my favorite channels to follow is Van City Van Life, which is, you know, Chrome Valdez and his camper van, and it was Chrome and Disco, but his dog died. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay. So I got to go back, and because a lot of times when I'm driving, especially, I can't check. Ah, that's why some people have it where you can't leave comments. Oh, okay. Now I understand. I see, said the blind man to his deaf dog Spot, as he picked up his hammer and saw. I cracked me up. Anyway, yeah, I get that though, that otherwise there'd be people who get offended by what they read if they come by and look at it later. So, yeah, I just don't want to ever get to the point that it's not fun anymore. You know, I mean, it's something I do. Oh, maybe fun's not the right word, but I get enjoyment out of doing this. And even I'll have these discussions talking to my camera. I'll see right here, like right now, it says there's 2 people have liked this, and there's 1 person present, which I'm assuming is you, Joy. And oh wow, man, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I get it now. And but even doing this, I enjoy knowing that somebody might tune in, and especially on a bright sunny day, or like last week. I had one last week. I had the music playing in the background, and I got copyright violation for that. I had 4 emails to tell me so from Google, and one of them actually had every single song listed that was being played in the background on my stereo. And I'm like, really? So nobody can listen to that. Do you know how many people are on YouTube at any given time actually either doing live streams or posting a video or something? Nobody can be at the ready to be watching and listening to every single video. So I'm figuring they've got some kind of a supercomputer that knows what to pick up and hear and whatever. But I was like, wow. So of course I had to remove it, or else they would have. And then, yeah, ain't that the truth? And if I didn't remove it and they did, they'd probably go ahead and temporarily disable my channel or delete it entirely. Who knows? So, well, I guess I'll just do that. So I have found a way that I can put music to my live streams. Yeah, I hear you. They still know all, even if you remove it. They know that too. The thing I've got to yeah, I saw it. The thing with me is that I enjoy doing this, knowing that there's somebody gonna look and go, oh wow, this is pretty cool, but I want to put the music to it, and I don't see the harm in it. You know, it's they do it on the radio all day long, and you can tune in to half these places, even in here. And other channels have the music and they get away with it, but now here you are just playing it on the radio in the background. Now granted, I had it played a little loud, so I know one time I had a video and they took all the audio out of my video, and all you could see was the truck driving down the road. You couldn't hear a single sound. It was completely silent, and the reason why, for the same thing, had the music playing in the background. So I figured, okay, I get it now. You know, they don't want that. Some channels, I don't know how that, you pay for the privilege? Because if that's the case, I'll pay for the privilege. I'm okay with that. I think it makes the video more enjoyable, because then people don't just have to listen to me talk. I can shut up for a while. Hey, really good song. Y'all check this one out. Bet you ain't heard this in a while. Turn the volume up and let everybody listen and enjoy it while I'm driving down the road. Great view. I don't have the camera on me. I have the camera on the road. And, but yeah, there's too many rules. It's getting to where it's not as enjoyable. But, unfortunately, if you want to get people to see what you're doing, especially like the guitar videos, most of what I'm doing just like an informational kind of thing, like doing a book report. Maybe someone in the class will be interested in it, maybe not. But the guitar videos I'm doing for the fact that there's people out there who know how some of the basic chords are, but they don't know what to do with the chords. They kind of mess around, make their own little rhythm up or something, but they don't know how easy some of these great classic songs are to play. And so I decided that's why I'll start doing, where I put the chords floating above the guitar headstock, and then all that's where they're going to be looking, is where your hand are, to see how you're forming, because I make certain chords a little different than the way they're taught. And so I've got a lot of good feedback from that. But that's not the only thing I'm about. So. But my friend, I'm going to get off here, go get me something to eat. I'm just going to let this thing keep on running. And I think I will dim the camera first, though. Oh, you should. That's rude. Put my hand all in front of your face like that. That's rude. I'm going to dim the camera, because by the time I get back, it'll be dark. In fact, I won't even need the sunglasses anymore, I'm sure. And let's see. Let me see what Miss Janice had to say. That's my dispatcher. I have you a load of steel beams tomorrow in Paola, Kansas, going to Dallas. Alright, so much for our anniversary. Friday, Miss Elaine and I will have been married for 5 years. And it seems like they always have a way of just really screwing this up. And here lately, I don't wonder sometimes some of the things going on in this company that they're not doing it for spite. And like I said, one week, you should be getting about 3,000 miles a week, and 1 week I turned in 995 miles. That's nothing. And so I told my wife, I said, no, I'm not going to tell them that Friday's our anniversary. I guess I'll just leave these off. It's getting that now. And yeah, Dallas and Friday traffic. Well, I can get down there from Kansas City and pretty good time. Depending on how long it takes to get me loaded, I might get down there in the early morning hours before rush hour. And if not, get in there after rush hour. The thing is, I don't want to wait too late, because who knows where they're going to send me for the next load. And if I don't go get it, I'll be stuck in Dallas all weekend, and I sure don't want that. But yeah, I was kind of hoping that, you know, a day out, a day in, a day out, a day in, and that would have me back at the yard Friday, be back home Friday night, get a quick shower, go out to dinner. But apparently that's not. So all the more, I guess, that going to the house tonight will be a good thing. So, but anyhow, I'm gonna go get something to eat. And if you get bored later, I mean, I know you got other things going on. Everybody does. I don't do this solely for the purpose of entertainment. Like I said, the main purpose is to protect myself in the event of someone brake checking in front of me at road rage. So, but if you get bored, want to see where I'm at, what I'm doing. I tell people, if you want to try to get my attention while I'm driving, because the phone's, as you see, here's my steering wheel. You're right in front of me. Just keep it brief. Maybe put it in all caps, and I can see it better. And I just glance down the same way as I would if I was glancing down to see what my speed is on the speedometer. So, but anyhow, I'm gonna go eat. If you have not yet done so, you should do the same, because got to keep our strength up. So, but have a good night. If I don't see you later, we'll see you, your channel or mine, somewhere along the way, or somewhere in between, right? So have a blessed evening, and I do appreciate you. I truly do. So we will see you later. All right. Bye bye. Bye, Miss Shelby. She's already done passed out, gone to sleep. All right, I'm gonna flop this back around the other way. I'm not gonna bother shutting it off. And I'm gonna grab me a quick burger and go. Oh, now Daddy opened up the door. Now you're gonna wake up. I'll get you something. I'll get you some chicken nuggets. Want some chicken nuggets? Yeah, Daddy bring you some chicken nuggets. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Daddy's girl. He is her are. This sweet baby. Look at sweet baby. Yeah. I guard the house. Shelby. That's not good. There we go. Man, really gotta get that door fixed. Yes. One of these days, I'm not gonna be able to get in there. Daddy got you something. But Daddy got Shelby. Daddy got something for Shelby. Yes. No, not that. That's Daddy's. I got you something. Hang on. Let me go check my chains and strap. Daddy's girl. Daddy, good puppy.
Okay. Alright.
Ready? 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Good girl. Alright. I'm aware that there's nobody here right now. Chances are, 2 hours into this, I doubt anybody'd be watching through this. But anyway, just in case, y'all get to see something here. A little treat from Miss Shelby. Oh, there's only supposed to be 6. They give 7. I get 1. Days. Days. There you go, Shelby chicken nuggets. If I can get a hold of the phone. I got Shelby chicken nuggets. Ow, really? I'm not always this much of a klutz, I promise. Num 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 num. What they got? What they got? Good girl. Isn't that good? I was gonna say that she ate all that already, sure. Some things, if I don't break them in half, she's not sure how to tear into them. Another one? One more? Good girl. She's never had chicken nuggets before. She's had chicken, but she's not had battered chicken nuggets. You didn't eat that already, surely not. Oh, yes, she did. Oh, yes, her did. What? Mine. Mine. My big one. I take it she likes them. They good? Well, I'm licking her chops, I suppose so. Nice. We're taking Daddy's fingers with you. I had my choice. Of course, McDonald's, you got several choices. But I was debating if I wanted the double quarter pounder with cheese or the Big Mac, bacon Big Mac. I went with the double quarter pounder with cheese. Nice. Good girl. Yes, her are. And this dog, y'all, has a sweet tooth like you wouldn't believe. The mama says she eats what I eat, not because she's wanting what I'm having. Good girl. But because I'm having it. Well, if Daddy has that, then I want some too. That kind of thing. Let me get this thing fired up here so this fella can. Another fella trying to come up in here and get him a parking spot. I'm leaving here, Hoss. Alright. There you go. Like some room for another fella. He's hungry too. Put you all back in your little playpen here. somewhere. I don't know. I guess he's backing up. He must have a hole already lined up. And that's okay because the other guy coming in here don't. Okay, I see what he's doing. He's coming for the hole back here. Them two fight over that back there. The guy in the red truck got there first. Technically, that hole should be his, but there was another hole beside me. I wouldn't park there unless I was spending the night, because if anybody else pulled alongside those trucks that were on my right, in front of me, anybody parked immediately beside me to the right wouldn't be able to get through. You got it, man. You'd have done it for me, brother. I know you would have. Alright, now, either one of these interstates takes me right back to the same place. It just all depends which way traffic's going to let me go. Sometimes you can get across, sometimes you can't. It's easier to make a right turn, go back to 40, come across. 55 is right here, but in the end, it's tomato, tomato. I'm literally right between the two of them. A lot of traffic through here, too. Mama said I'm heading home. Man, rough around here. All these potholes over here, it's another reason why I'd rather gotten on I-55. Don't get me wrong, 55 is rough in itself. Coming back to get on the interstate here, a little different. Can't help you, man. I ain't going Little Rock for one thing. There's a law now. I guess I understand why they're doing it, but it's still. It's always been illegal to pick up hitchhikers, but people do it for various reasons. Sometimes, like truckers, it's just not to have someone talk to help stay awake. It's not everybody is smart enough to do a live stream talking to their phone even though nobody's there. But back before the days of YouTube, yeah, I picked up hitchhikers just to have somebody to talk to. But see that, I've had some people I've picked up the truck that I wished I wouldn't. Picked up a guy one day, I forget where he was going, but he was going the same direction I was. I thought, yeah, what the hell, dude, come on, I'll take you all the way. We stop at Albert Lee, I don't know, is that Iowa, I guess, Albert Lee, Iowa. And I stopped there to get fuel. So I was at the TA truck stop there. I was, all right, man, you gotta get out for a minute. he said, do what? I said, yeah, so you're going to have to get out. I said, I'm needing the fuel. And no offense, but I've just met you, so I don't know you from Adam. This is my home. I'm not leaving you in my house while I'm fueling the truck. Sorry. Hang out right here, go inside, get your Coke, whatever you're going to do. And when I'm done fueling, we'll be back on the road. Away we go. And he's like, oh, I get it. This is where you try to dump me and leave me behind. I'm like, no. This is where I get fuel. And as long as you stay right here or somewhere where you can see me coming back to this truck when I'm done fueling, then your ride will resume right here where we left off. So anyway, he wanted to get out of the truck. Would not get out of the truck. Now, it's illegal to carry guns in a commercial vehicle, but some people don't know that, some do, but even the ones who do, they say, oh, you guys ain't allowed to carry guns. Yeah. We're not allowed to drive 5.0 and limit either. Everybody does. Man, someone tore up the back of that thing. So I basically had to convince him that either he got out of the truck, and then I would still, even after all this, because I'm a man of my word, I would still let him continue his ride when I'm done fueling, or I'm going to go to prison for shooting him. And he was one of those that didn't know what the law was about truckers and guns. So he went ahead and got out of the truck. Had some choice words to say. And even then, it's like, well, I guess I understand it's hard to trust people anymore. I suppose if he's out here when I get back, I'll still give him a ride. So I go inside, pay for my diesel, come back out, and he ain't nowhere around. I look around the parking lot for him, didn't see him, went back inside the store, didn't see him. Well, maybe he got another ride, maybe he decided to go do whatever, I don't know. I ain't gonna lose any sleep over it. So yeah, it's picking up hitchhikers is risky, not to, you know, they've always said it's true. Oh wow, the Marion chicken coop is open. Holy cow, this is almost always cool. Oh man, they're DOT and trucks left and right back there. 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks back there around back being DOT. Jeez. See, they'll do that. Tennessee does that too. They'll be like, for however long, they'll leave a particular scale house closed. Everybody gets used to it being closed for, you know, a couple months at a time, and then all of a sudden, surprise! A clean house, man, let me tell you. Meanwhile, people are counting on the scale being closed, so now they're purposely loading their trucks heavier than they would usually. And so now not only are they getting these guys, but they're getting them real good. Instead of one piddly little fine, they might have 2, 3, 4, 5 major fines. The law not only forbids, because it's always been illegal to pick up hitchhikers, but now the law says if I have anybody, my wife, my brother, my son, anybody riding in this truck, I have to have a company letterhead giving that person permission her name and her driver's license number. And my wife and I even decided to go ahead and take a copy of her driver's license. And how I found out about this law, years ago I was dating a girl. And of course I've dated girls all my life, obviously, but there was this one girl in particular that I was dating years ago. I guess that's what I was trying to say. And this guy had no clue he's left his turn signal on. He's got tail light hanging out of the hole. Anyway, and she and I hit it off real good. She decided she wanted to come on the road. I was like, sure, come on. DOT authority. As far as the DOT is concerned, you might own the truck, but since you're operating under somebody else's authority, then you run your truck just like a company driver would. And all the paperwork comes from the office that you're leased to. And that's for the company I work with, not for, with. I'm not going to ask permission my girlfriend in my truck that I own. That'd be like calling the bank that your vehicle's financed at. It's okay that your girlfriend can ride with you. Can't hardly see who's here. So anyhow, the Virginia Department of Transportation pulled me over to the scale house not too far outside of Richmond. So they decide they're going to do a level 2 inspection. I mean, level 2. All that, you know, they're gonna look to make sure there's no obvious signs of loose lug nuts. And that's about it. They're not gonna have you open the hood and start checking for oil leaks. Or they'll look for oil leaks on the ground, but they're not gonna look to see if you got oil or grease all over the engine, which is also forbidden. They'll do that in a level 1 inspection, along with a bunch of other stuff. It's just kind of a preliminary once over the truck. Kind of a little basic quickie. I'm learned for a change. And he's okay. He's now the only thing I need now is I just need to see that paperwork from. I'm trying to see who that is. But the truck's kind of wobbly. And until it gets a little darker out, I can't quite read the screen. So I just need to see that paperwork that shows that that woman right there has got permission to ride with you. And I can't lie to the guy and say something like, oh, well, she's my co-driver. Had her listed on my logbook, and they'd have wanted to see her logbook too, which she'd have had me listed on her logbook as a co-driver. So I told the guy, and I said, well, there is no company letterhead. I own this truck. It's one man, one truck, so I don't really have like a business ledger and that kind of stuff. And he said, well, what about the company you're leased to? What if I'm one of their company letterheads? that's because it's not their truck. Then I own it. It doesn't matter. You, the owner, have to, from the company, in this case, either you because you own the truck, or Shipper Choice because they're who you're leased to, that says she's allowed, we allow him to have this person as a passenger in the vehicle. And it's a federal law. That's the kicker. It's not just some little state law. It's a federal law, which means it's going to come with a lot stricter fine, more points on your license, all kinds of. Oh yeah. So it's just not to get pulled up to a DOT inspection with a hitchhiker. The woman I was in love with at the time with the truck, that I sure wouldn't have explained why complete strangers in a truck whom I don't even know. Because now I would be admitting that us having picked up a hitchhiker, which is illegal. Like I've been saying on and off here, that's all the government knows how. The government doesn't know how to fix things. All they know how to do is control things. But controlling things doesn't fix things. In fact, it oftentimes makes them worse. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I think I'm somewhat intelligent, I suppose. I like to tell folks I'm like Jethro Bodine. You know, Jethro Bodine, remember the Hillbillies? He only got as far as the 6th grade in school. Well, I barely graduated high school by the skin of my teeth, literally. I'm not sure what it is now in Illinois, but back in 1981, you needed 33 credits to graduate, and I only had 32. Partly because back then they didn't take as much care as they might now with people who are more difficult to, but not everybody absorbs everything the same. So thank you there, trucker. So anyway, the way I graduated high school, oh, and the other thing is, I guess, just I was a little bit of a sluffer. Once I started being introduced to dope and things, nowadays I think they call them burnouts or something. Back when I was in school, you was either a jock or a freak. I was a freak. Generation after that, they started calling them stoners. I think now they call them burnouts. I don't even know. I can't keep up with them. But anyhow, I started getting introduced to drugs. Never did anything all too hard. And you take it back to your seat when they give you the class of 1981, flip your hat in the air like everybody else does, and go on home. And when you open up that little book, there's nothing in it. Maybe a note says better luck next time. I don't know. Exiting I-55 to US 63, which is also now known as I-5. I say that in jest. The 55, 56, and 57 Chevy, someone's trying to make that like, there was a movie, I think it was called Mean Girls, and this one girl, everything they'd say, that's so fetch, and she was trying to get the word fetch to become a new hip word, until someone finally sat her down and said, look, it ain't never going to catch on, let it go. But anyhow, as far as restoring old cars and all that, you have a 55, 56, or 57 similar bodies with the very noticeable difference. But they're still built on the same chassis and everything. And so now they're trying to call them the Tri-5. Like, how do you figure that? To be a Tri-5, it would mean 3 different Chevrolets all built in 1955. Because they say, well, no, it's the 5 that's in the beginning. Oh, well, there were 10 different Chevrolets. Each of those 9. How do you come up with Tri-5 by that logic either? I'm an automobile enthusiast. If you're going to come up with some kind of new trend, make sure it's not a stupid one. Pretty good picture now. The sun's gone down, ain't blinding us. Puppy, she liked her chicken. She's not even gone to sleep. We've been gone 20 minutes. Usually, this is kind of sort of the route that I come home. Except I'll keep on going through Jonesboro tonight. Usually I'll turn off before I ever get to Jonesboro. Stewart a little earlier ago. Stewart with a D, not T, D. Some of y'all are complete strangers I've yet to get to know. Not why I'm here. My main purpose I find valuable. No, I don't think every single video I post my channel is going to find what I posted as valuable content, and I get that. Video over here, another person likes that content over there. You know, I'm like Sam Walton. Sam Walton, when he was alive, with product, he would still keep that product in stock and still keep it on his shelves. Now it's all nothing but the money. If there aren't enough people buying it, everybody's stocking it, getting it somewhere else. And I'm the same way. If there's just one person that says, hey, I really like when you do such and such, such and such, like the dreams right there. I started doing this, and a lot of you who follow these on occasion probably one day gonna get tired of hearing me say this, because I feel it's something I need to do every single video, every single one of these particular streams, so that people who've never seen any of them before understand what's going on. I started doing these solely for the purpose of protecting myself should some lunatic with road right back again, buffering apparently. I start getting up close to the Arkansas, Missouri line. I started doing this was of an incident with road rage, specifically if someone does a brake check in front of me and I can't. So I can prove that they initiated contact, not me. And meanwhile, I came up with the idea of the fact that look here right now, what you're seeing in your screen is the exact same. And kept getting it until I felt I had it just right. Within reason, because obviously there's not a wide angle lens. I don't have the ability to show y'all all the way across, which actually when I have my eyes trained forward, I'm not looking all the way across either. I have to turn my head coming out the right side of my windshield. This gives folks who might be interested in this, family or friends who are or were truckers, and they might, find it interesting. Wow, I always wondered what it was like when Daddy was on the road, that kind of thing, Now they get a view of that. But meanwhile, I've had people tell me that they listen in. Some folks, hey, I'm listening. I'm cooking, but I'm listening. Someone said, well, I was listening until I fell asleep. And I'm honored. I take that as a compliment because I understand what she was saying. She was paying attention to the conversation, and she got into the conversation so well and got relaxed that she nodded off. I'm fine with that, but it makes me think of that. I can't remember who sings that. After the loving. So I sing you to sleep after the loving with a song I just wrote yesterday. Tom Jones, McDonald, Tom Jones. I forget who sings that song. Right now the sun shining through the sky like it is, that is a perfect filter. The color on the screen is actually richer than the color I'm seeing through the windshield. Wow, nice. pencil or a crayon, piece of chalk, so they can find their way back out of the woods. Marked tree. Peculiar. It's not really strange, but it is a peculiar name for a town. There with names like Salt Lick, Possum Grape, some Trop. Area of the state decide we should populate this area right here and turn it into a town. All right, let's do that. All right, so let's council meeting. First order of business, what do we name our city? I don't know. Something to do with frogs. Yeah, I know. Let's call it Toad Suck. I wish I could have a fly on the wall during that meeting, so I could tell the world how the town Toad Suck got its name. Toad Suck, Arkansas. I think Salt Lick is in Kentucky. It's just one of those. Those are in Arkansas also. Most of these streams of me driving the reason why I put them up here. But one day the one I 35 viewers that that's 32 more than usual. I get off of that exit right there. That's how I go to the house. And so want to get off of that exit right there. Make a left up and over this bridge. effects pedal. Some people call them a stomp box. Because you don't necessarily stomp on it, but yeah, you step on it with the ball of your foot. This particular pedal, you kind of train it. Of course, it's run by a computer. Start playing. You click this particular button, and then it listens to what you're playing. Of course, you plug your guitar into the pedal, and you plug the pedal into your amplifier. Several different positions for different kinds of music genres, different rhythms and beats and patterns and whatever. But anyway, so you play like some songs, the same chord progression over and over and over again, so you just gotta go through the progression once, whereas other songs you get to where you start all over, repeat the particular rhythm. Anyhow, that you click again, and then when it does this, starts playing particular effects pedal is called Trio Plus. And what that stands for is sort of three parts of music. In this case, lead guitar and or rhythm guitar, bass guitar, and drums. There's your trio. They came out with a trio. Trio Plus also has a looper, which allows you to record a particular. So, like for example, the song "Blue on Black" by Kenny Wayne Shepherd. It's the same chord progression over and over and over again, both for the chorus and the verse. It doesn't change. You can put that into the looper, click a button, it'll listen to that, and then click the button again, and it has recorded it, and it'll keep playing that over if that's the rhythm part. And now, of course, I can't do this because I'm not a lead guitarist, but now that you've got the rhythm part playing in the looper, and then of course you hit the button after you dial in what kind of sound you want. Hit the button, and you've got the drums and the bass guitar joining in, and now you get out your guitar still plugged in and start playing the lead guitar parts. And now you've got a 4-piece band, which is why it's a Trio Plus. They go for in the ballpark of $300, and I just don't have $300 to blow right now. My intention is hard, whether it's when I perform in live shows or just play at the house for my wife or whatever. Record each and every one of those songs as an individual track. save them to a file on the computer, upload them onto the phone, and then just like now, I have my phone plugged into this dash stereo, and I'll be able to listen to the music, and Google can kiss my ass. Sony Entertainment Group or whoever the hell it is thinks they own that every last piece of music that someone else wrote and recorded, had been written and recorded by somebody else, I'm trying to say. Therefore, I'll still be able to put the music out there. Can't do nothing about it. Y'all can't see it, but way over here to the right, there's a reaching way out to the sky. It's just all the light posts. It's controlled. Someone burning something on purpose. Hot. Truman, Arkansas. double quarter pounder. I should have just ordered a regular quarter pounder, but I seen the picture of that double quarter pounder. I was like, oh, that looks so good. And it was too. And those are made out of fresh ground beef. They're not frozen. So I had to wait a little longer because it had to be cooked or fried, whatever they do, broiled or whatever. A lot of the stuff they have there is already cooked, it's frozen. They just got to nuke it. Throw it on the grill long enough to warm it up and brown it. This was fresh meat. They needed to be whatever. I don't cook, so whatever the proper term is. And it was yummy. I hadn't eaten a thing all day, so I was hungry. Putting away that big of a burger wasn't that big of a challenge. Now I'm getting Jonesboro up here is a truck stop. Not sure how far it is. I'm gonna get up there and take me a nap. parking in here or not. But we're sure gonna take a look to see. I'm getting sleepy. Sometimes you'll come in here and be all kinds of parking. Other times, you're lucky to find a place to park where the cars are at up front. Of course, in a big truck, you can't park when the cars are right up front. Can in a bobtail, they really don't want you to, but if there's no other parking, they understand. Yeah, it looks like there's some holes back here, which I just passed it up. Crap. All right. Oh yeah, there's holes. Okay. I could have sworn it was on this side of it, but it turns out it's on each side of it. You can come in from either direction. Truck right here in front of me, stripes, that is a 9300 Eagle. First truck I owned was almost the exact same body, sleeper, everything. Mine was red. I got rid of it because I wanted a bigger truck. But I found out with that bigger truck doesn't make you any better money. In fact, I was happier with that same size truck as that fella's got right there. Live and learn. As long as you learn, it wasn't a waste of time or money or effort. If you don't learn, then yeah, it's a complete waste. friends, neighbors, those of you who will be watching this later, because there's currently nobody here, I'm going to sign off for now. Take a little nap. We will see you when we see you. I'm so tired I can't think straight. Anyway, be good to each other, will you please? Actually go out of your way to be good to somebody. It just might mean all the world to them. You never know, it might actually feel pretty good. Start making a habit of it. Say a kind word to a complete stranger for no other reason than just to say hi. Just spread a little sunshine. And give them a smile when you do. This is the Interstate Cowboy. One mic to live. Only got one life to live. So don't just exist. Actually get out there and live it. Live large. We'll see you when we see you. Be good.